Number 10. Kim and Drake. Drake is a famous Canadian rap artist, and I've heard he's got a pretty stellar candy room in his mansion. Sounds pretty fun. Recently, Drake dropped a song called Search and Rescue, now available on Spotify. Halfway through the track, the music cuts out and a voice clip of Kim Kardashian and her mother Kris from an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians begins to play. The intention was to throw shade at Kanye West, whom Drake has had problems with in the past, but it only added fuel to the rumor fire surrounding his alleged affair with Kim during her marriage to Kanye. In the clip, Kim says, "I don't come this far just to not be happy. Remember that." On top of this, many fans have brought up Drake's lyrics from his song In My Feelings, claiming that Kiki is actually Kim herself. Hardcore internet sleuths sifted through his lyrics and discovered that if you take the directions that he's rapping about in the song and start at Drake's house in LA, it actually takes you directly to Kim's front gate. Coincidence? I think not. Number 9. Kendall and Bad Bunny. Not long ago, Kendall Jenner was dating a basketball player from the Phoenix Suns named Devin Booker. Devin and Kendall were together for over 2 years, first getting together in 2020. However, in 2022, the couple had a quiet breakup that left fans wondering what really happened to end what seemed to be such a strong relationship. Well, it turns out there may have been another man. Or a bunny, if you will. I'm just gonna show myself out, jeez. Bad Bunny is a popular rapper, singer, songwriter, and now actor, after briefly starring in last year's action comedy Bullet Train as the Wolf. In March of this year, Bunny seemingly dissed Kendall's ex, Booker, in his track Coco Chanel. He rapped, "The sun in Puerto Rico is hotter than in Phoenix." And a few weeks following the song's release, Kendall introduced Bunny to her horse, Arizona, in California. Oh, that's so cute, you named it Arizona. The couple are officially together. Let's see how long this one lasts. Number 8. Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner. Jenner and Booker were first spotted together on a double date with other people. At the time, Booker was dating Kylie's best friend, Jordan Woods, and Jenner was dating Ben Simmons. In February of 2019, it was revealed that Booker and Woods' relationship had fizzled out. But not long after the announcement, Woods was caught kissing Khloe Kardashian's boo, Tristan Thompson. Yeah, this is just gonna be very messy. Kardashian and Thompson split, and with that, Kylie's friendship with Woods was gone. But what that meant was that Kendall and Devin were free to do whatever they wanted. It was confirmed they were seeing each other after multiple sources caught them road tripping together over the summer of 2020. They were together for roughly 2 years before calling it quits in 2022, taking a break to figure out if their future together was actually meant to be. They got back together, but ultimately ended things on good terms in November of that same year. Number 7. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet is slowly building his acting repertoire in Hollywood, and so far it's going pretty well. He starred as the lead in Dune, and he was recently announced to be playing a young Willy Wonka in a TV series chronicling Wonka's rise to glory. It was also recently announced that he was seeing Kylie Jenner like every week. While the announcement of them being a couple is a little out of nowhere, the fact is that Kylie has been co-parenting her 2 kids with Travis Scott, and Travis did not appreciate the secrecy. He said that he felt blindsided by the announcement, but he respects her decision to move on romantically. This relationship isn't all that recent, however, it was reported that the two may have shared a private moment or two during her marriage to Scott. Neither party have confirmed nor denied the rumors, but just seeing these two in a picture together makes us think that there is no way this relationship is that fresh, right? Number 6. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson was the youngest cast member on Saturday Night Live when he was hired at the age of 20. He was the youngest cast member of all time. In 2021, Kim Kardashian hosted an episode of the show and starred in a sketch with Pete, parodying A Whole New World from the Disney film Aladdin. The sketch was okay, but apparently sitting that close to each other all week really got them going. At the time, Kim was still involved with rapper Kanye West, who actually attended the live show, but apparently stormed out of the room following her scene with Pete. Apparently, Kanye had been present at rehearsals all week, and he remembers regularly seeing Pete and Kim smiling and laughing together while he was being ignored entirely. Kim and Kanye began their divorce process not long after that show, and simultaneously, Pete announced that him and Kim were official. They were only together for about a year, but it was enough time for Pete to get close to her family and even get a tattoo of her kid's name on his arm, which sounds hardcore, but he has like a million tattoos, so it's probably jammed between like a skull and an MGK portrait. Who knows? Number 5. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Travis Barker is the drummer of the popular band Blink-182. Travis and Kourtney met after Barker had spent some time with the Kardashian crew at her mom Kris Jenner's house in California. Following the official news of their relationship, many fans were quick to comment on the short time between her relationship with Barker and that of her ex-boo, Luca Sabat. According to Kris herself, Travis and Kourtney began flirting while she was still seeing someone. Their connection was so strong from the beginning, but unfortunately that meant the end of one relationship but the start of a new one too. Kourtney appears to be very happy with the Blink-182 drummer, and Luca doesn't seem to have any issues with them being together, so I guess this is a cheating scandal with a happy ending for now. Number 4. Kim and Kanye. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West started dating in 2012 and they were officially married 2 years later in 2014. During their marriage, life was rocky to say the least. While Kim was fairly tame for the most part, as we all know, Kanye was slowly having a mental breakdown. He was posting hate speech and racially fueled tweets and constantly sharing his political views as well as publicly backing Donald Trump. Is it really any surprise that Kim found comfort in another man's arms? While hosting Saturday Night Live in 2021, Kim met Pete Davidson, previously mentioned, while still married to Kanye. Kanye discovered that Kim and Pete began dating following the live show, and it seemed to be the final breaking point. Apparently only a few months before the show, Ye and Kim were constantly arguing about everything. And following the divorce, Kim revealed that she would constantly be trying to help Kanye understand why his views and his words were just so wrong. She wanted him to get better, but instead he doubled down and filed for a divorce. Kim is now happily single and received joint custody of her 4 kids, so it's a win-win for the Kardashian clan, and for Kanye, well, Number 3. Tyga and Kylie Jenner. Michael Ray Stevenson, known professionally as Tyga, is an American rap artist with a long list of bops under his belt. In 2011, he was asked to perform at Kendall Jenner's Sweet 16, and her sister Kylie was smitten. The two would keep in contact over the years, but rumors of them being a couple were shot down constantly until 2012, when he broke off his relationship with fiancée Blac Chyna, also a rap artist. It appeared that the split was due to the revelation that Kylie and Tyga were in fact an item. Tyga looked to Twitter to defend his actions, telling people not to believe the rumors. He's been friends with the family forever, they're all just friends. A year later though, they posted a photo on Halloween of themselves wearing a couple's costume, Chucky and the bride of Chucky. A couple of years went by and the pair were constantly seen together on dates, posted several pictures together on Instagram, and Tyga even bought her a Ferrari on her 18th birthday. They eventually split, and Kylie has moved on a couple of times with her next partner, Party Next Door, who is a person, that is a terrible name, even posting a photo on Instagram comparing his watches to Tyga's and claiming that the more diamonds the better. Alright boys, let's not stand around all day comparing watch sizes. Number 2. Kim Kardashian and Ray J. In this case, Kim was the staff that had the affair. You see, herself and the rap artist shared a 3-year relationship, but they met before Kim was famous while she was working as a stylist for his sister Brandy. At the time they met, Kim was still married to Damon Thomas, but apparently wasn't too happy with the relationship. She took part in an affair with Ray J and called it off with Thomas. During their time together, a certain tape was released online without Kim's permission, and the content contained explicit material of herself and Ray J doing the nasty. She sued the company that released it for $5 million to retrieve the rights and own the film. Following the release of the tape, their relationship quickly crumbled, and it was later revealed that both parties were cheating the entire time. And despite them having the knowledge of that, they just, didn't care. They just kept doing it. Number 1. Kris Jenner and Robert Kardashian. Mama Kris Jenner met Robert Kardashian at a horse race in California in 1973, and immediately sparks flew. At that time, Kris was in a committed relationship with Cesar Sonato, a pro golfer. He was often gone so long that there were gaps in their relationship, and Robert filled that gap. Kris began an affair with Robert that lasted for quite some time until one day Cesar returned home early and walked in on the couple doing the no pants dance. Needless to say, Cesar broke it off with Kris right away, but Robert also broke things off with Kris, claiming that she wasn't mature enough for a serious relationship. Yeah, no duh, dude. Robert was basically a mistress. He wasn't much more mature himself. He began dating Elvis Presley's daughter, but that relationship failed too, and Robert ended up returning to Kris's arms. They were married for a little over a decade when Kris proved that she had not matured at all. She took part in another affair, and this time it was with soccer player Todd Waterman. Robert hired private investigators after becoming suspicious of Kris, and and he was proven right. So if there's anything to take away from this video is if you think your partner is cheating, you're probably right. People are horrible now.
Number 10. Nick Young. In March, a secretly taped video from Lakers player D'Angelo Russell hit the internet, which showed Nick Young admitting to cheating on then-fiancée Iggy Azalea. He claimed that it was false, and she believed him, even going on the Ellen DeGeneres show shortly afterwards to assure everyone that things were good between them. But their relationship soon crumbled when Iggy caught Nick on a security camera bringing back girls into their home. He didn't even have the decency to go someplace else, although that would have been just as bad. She announced the split on Instagram. Quote, "Unfortunately, although I love Nick and have tried to rebuild my trust in him, it's become apparent in the last few weeks I am unable to." Nick, on the other hand, just simply tweeted the word single. To add insult to injury, it later came out that he was also expecting a baby with his ex-girlfriend Kiana Green, and the baby was definitely conceived while the former couple were still together. Number 9. Jesse James. Sandra Bullock and Jesse James married in 2005, and throughout the first few years of their marriage, they looked happier than ever as they attended red carpet events together. The host of Monster Garage supported his successful wife as she won countless awards thanks to her incredible talents as an actress. But it was soon uncovered that Jesse had been cheating on Sandra Bullock for a long time with multiple women, which led him to become, by his own admission, the most hated man in the world. He eventually checked into rehab for sex addiction, and Sandra swiftly filed for divorce in 2010. But the kicker is that he never showed any real remorse for cheating on her with countless women. In an interview 7 years later, he said that he had no regrets about the affair, and went on to say, quote, "Yeah, I did cheat on my wife. Yeah, I stood up and took accountability for it and apologized, and that's the end of the story." In general, both women and men cheat, it's a part of life. What an absolute Prince Charming. Number 8. Scott Disick. This decade-long romance was very well documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and although fans loved Scott's quick-witted, snarky humor, it was obvious that he had trouble remaining committed to Kourtney. The pair eventually called things off for good after Scott went on a party binge just weeks after the birth of their third child together, and photos of him getting close with other women surfaced online. Pictures emerged of Scott and his ex-girlfriend Chloe Bartoli getting pretty cozy while on vacation. The two broke up after this incident but continued to have a rocky relationship. First, her sister Kim caught a girl hiding in Scott's bathroom in Dubai, and finally the eldest Kardashian invited Scott on a family vacation to Costa Rica. He ended up sneaking a girl into his hotel room, and while he was trying to reunite with his ex. The final incident is what prompted Kardashian to tell Scott they were never ever getting back together. Number 7. Kristen Stewart. The Twilight movies were some of the biggest successes of our time, and at the center of all the media frenzy surrounding the film was Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, the two co-stars who began a relationship during filming. Fans were absolutely obsessed with the then it couple, but everything really changed when paparazzi pictures were leaked in 2012 of Stewart and Rupert Sanders making out. He was the director of Snow White and the Huntsman, which she also starred in. The shocking photos of Christian kissing another man circulated everywhere, and fans were rightfully heartbroken. I mean, literally everyone had an opinion, including Donald Trump for some reason. Sanders tried to do some serious damage control by calling the kiss a momentary lapse. Christian also had to publicly apologize to Robert, but it didn't really help because the two broke up soon after. And the two reconciled for a time but eventually broke up again. Safe to say that their relationship never really recovered. But several years later, in an interview, the actress insisted that it wasn't an actual affair, but because of the intense media scrutiny at the time, she didn't see the point in denying it. Number 6. Jada Pinkett Smith. Although the Smiths themselves wouldn't call it cheating, the rest of the world was shocked when Azlina spoke about a relationship he had with Pinkett Smith during an interview in 2020. Quote, "I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. I truly and really felt deeply in love and have a ton of love for her." He also revealed that Will Smith knew about it the whole time and had even given them his blessing. Though Jada initially denied the claims, she eventually confessed to being in an entanglement with August when she and her husband were separated. "We decided we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy and I'll figure out how to make myself happy. They both went on the Red Table Talk together, and in a heartbreaking episode, Jada told Will how she came to be romantically involved with August, and how he made her feel special because of what was lacking in their relationship at the time. Will took the whole thing like a champ, but the clip went viral online because he looked like he was on the verge of tears the whole time Jada was talking. It was just an all-round shocking moment. Number 5. Robin Thicke. 2013 was really not the greatest year for the Canadian-American singer. His hit song Blurred Lines was criticized for being what is now called lyrically problematic, not to mention his notorious performance with Miley Cyrus at the 2013 Video Music Awards, where she first started twerking. But what really hurt his relationship was when rumors began swirling about him possibly cheating on his wife of 9 years, Paula Patton. A photo surfaced of Robin with his hand on a woman's backside while they were attending a party. The trouble was that there was a mirror right behind him revealing exactly where his hand was, and it didn't look good. But instead of explaining his behavior, he said, quote, "My only comment about the so-called scandalous photo would be that my wife and I are perfectly in love and very happily married." He went on to call Paula his greatest love of the century and the most functional, dysfunctional marriage in Hollywood. Well, he might have got that last part right. Paula filed for divorce a year later and even filed a restraining order in 2017, alleging that he was physically and emotionally violent towards her. Number 4. Ryan Phillippe. The actor first met Reese Witherspoon while starring alongside her in the 1999 movie Cruel Intentions. They actually fell so in love with each other that they ended up getting married that same year. But all good things must come to an end, especially Hollywood romances. In 2008, Ryan started to get closer to his co-star, Australian actress Abby Cornish, while they were filming Stop Loss. The two of them seemed to be so comfortable being seen in public together that they were eventually caught having dinner together in a Texas restaurant, despite the fact that there were some curtains around the table. They were also caught together again just outside of Ryan's apartment. The affair was so in your face it just wasn't funny. But it wasn't until Reese Witherspoon discovered intimate text messages back and forth that were being exchanged between the two of them on his phone. Then it was clear that after 7 years of marriage and 2 children, Reese was ready to call it quits with Ryan, and later went on to marry talent agent Jim Toth, whilst Ryan and Abby's love affair eventually lost its spark. Number 3. LeAnn Rimes. This affair was not exactly unique. In fact, it's a story so common in Hollywood that it borders on cliche. Actors LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian were co-stars who met on the set of a Lifetime movie called Northern Lights. They immediately hit it off and the flirting began. But the kicker was that they were both already married at the time to other people. But hey, in classic Hollywood fashion, they didn't let that stop them, and not long after meeting, they were photographed having dinner together, and the rumor mill did the rest. After extreme press coverage of the affair, both LeAnn and Eddie decided to make it official and separated from their respective spouses, all to be with each other. They eventually ended up tying the knot in 2011. But the story doesn't entirely end there, and a few years later, Eddie was caught cheating on LeAnn at Wendy Williams' 50th birthday party. But she claimed she's unfazed by the whole thing and does not seem to mind the fact that he flirts with other women. You know what they say, sometimes how you get them is how you lose them. Number 2. Kevin Hart. This comedian and actor unfortunately has a long history of messing around behind his partner's backs and not really caring enough to hide the fact that he was doing so. I mean, the comedian even incorporated the story of cheating on his first wife into his 2013 special, Let Me Explain. Even though he tried to make it seem as though the experience made him change and grow as a person, it wasn't long before the same scandal arose yet again. 4 years after the special aired, he publicly admitted to cheating on his second wife, Eniko Parish, while she was pregnant with his son. Now he is somehow using this new story in his new Netflix docuseries Kevin Hart Don't F It Up, where he has his wife talk about how she found him cheating. Quote, "How I found out was a DM. I don't know who it was. They sent me an edited video of Kevin and, you know, another woman." But she went on to say that she does believe in second chances and that she's all about forgiveness, and adding that 3 strikes and you're out, which everyone can agree is way more than fair. Number 1. Tristan Thompson. Buckle up because this one is pretty crazy. In 2018, photos of Tristan having an affair surfaced online while he was dating Khloe Kardashian. And get this, she was was 9 months pregnant. Then, if you thought that was bad, not long after, TMZ came out with a video footage dating back to October 2017 that showed the NBA player kissing 2 other random women at a club. But despite the fact that there was now hard evidence of Tristan cheating on Khloe without really attempting to hide it, they decided to stay together for the birth of their child. But things did not stay smooth forever, as in 2019, reports surfaced that Tristan had cheated on Khloe once again, this time with none other than Jordyn Woods, who was a close friend of the family, Kylie Jenner's best friend and roommate. Anonymous party attendees told TMZ that the pair were all over each other and made out several times throughout the night. The explosive incident almost broke up the family entirely, and since then, Jordyn and Kylie severed all ties to each other, and Khloe and Tristan called it quits for good.
Coming in number 10 today, we have Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian. On April 11, 2018, photos of Tristan Thompson would start to circulate online, where it would show him cheating on his then 9-month pregnant girlfriend, Khloe Kardashian. And just like that, we all guessed things would make a turn for the worse. TMZ would then post a video from October 2017 that showed Tristan kissing 2 other women at a club. Despite all the cheating rumors, Tristan was with Khloe for the birth of their child, as seen on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The two would then remain a couple and would end up fully getting back together. However, in February 2019, Tristan truly wasn't to give up his ways, as reports would start to surface again that Khloe Kardashian and Tristan had split because he had cheated on her, and this time with a close friend of the family, Kylie Jenner's bestest friend and roommate, Jordyn Woods. When anonymous party attendees told TMZ that Tristan and Jordyn were spotted throughout the night being all over each other and making out, Jordyn's actions would become the ultimate betrayal to the family. Tristan and Khloe, however, would reconcile again, but they would appear to break up for good not so long after a paternity scandal involving Tristan and another woman broke. This would happen around the same time Tristan and Khloe were expecting another child together as well. Number 9, Cardi B and Offset. After 3 years of marriage, Cardi B would file for a divorce from Offset after rumors started to circulate that he had cheated on her. While Cardi would make the decision to call off the divorce and get back together with Offset, this cheating scandal would definitely ruin Hollywood, and the cheating rumors haven't exactly gone away. It all started when Tekashi's 6ix9ine girlfriend shared a flirty DM that Offset had sent her on Instagram. Cardi would then reveal that Offset's Instagram got hacked when the DM was sent, and it wasn't really from him. In her Vogue interview, Cardi confirmed Offset cheated on her, and she would say, "When me and my husband got into our issues, he cheated and everything, and I decided to stay with him and work together with him. A lot of people were so mad at me. A lot of women felt disappointed in me. While it seems like trolls don't want to see Cardi and Offset end up together, there still continues to be cheating rumors surrounding the couple." With the latest rumor claiming that Offset had cheated on Cardi with Saweetie, Cardi has been forced to clap back by saying, "No baby, you lying. You're making crazy lies and stating it and putting female rappers in it with no receipts. No blog ever spoke on this, and all of a sudden you come out of jail 5 days ago and you made up a lie in 2 hours with no receipts." And honestly, I just think everybody just needs to leave Cardi and Offset alone already. Hey my little peaches, are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 8, we have Beyonce and Jay-Z. When Beyonce released her much anticipated album Lemonade, she put a spotlight onto her marriage with Jay-Z, and since there has been so much speculation about who Becky with the good hair is, that it's even become a major meme. While the duo was pretty quiet about whether Lemonade was based on their marriage, it wasn't until 2017 that we would know that it was the truth when Jay-Z released his album 444, which was full of apologies to Beyonce and to their daughter Blue. He would also open up in an interview with David Letterman about how his infidelities nearly destroyed their marriage and how he has done work to repair their union. Jay-Z would say, "Much like you, I have a beautiful wife who was understanding and who knew that I'm not the worst of what I've done, and who did the work of going to therapy, and really, we love each other. We put in the work." While Jay-Z has recently continued to grow into the proud father and husband he is today, it's been pretty outstanding to see. Number 7, Kevin Hart and Anuka Parrish. The story of Kevin Hart's infidelity is confusing at best. When he first denied the cheating scandal in July of 2017, he would then post a video on his Instagram apologizing with the caption, "Sending so many apologies to my wife and kids. I gotta do better, and I will. I'm not perfect, and I have never claimed to be. I love you you all. It would later also be revealed that Hart was at the center of an alleged extortion attempt, as someone allegedly was in possession of a video that showed Kevin engaging with another woman that wasn't his wife, and they were trying to expose Kevin in an attempt so they could receive some money. It wouldn't be until Kevin had an interview with The Breakfast Club where he would finally admit to his cheating. When Hart finally decided to speak about the scandal that happened on a 2020 podcast, he would go on to say when Anuka Parrish found out about the situation, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park for the comedian, but when she finally came to the conclusion of it, Hart would say, "I like the fact we have a family, that we have a household, and I like the fact we now got a job to do better. That's what you owe me. You owe me to get better." Number 6, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Though the Smiths themselves wouldn't call it a scandal, the rest of the world would be shocked when August Alsina spoke about a relationship he had with Jada Pinkett Smith during an interview in June 2020. August would say, "I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really deeply love and have a ton of love for her." He would then go on to claim that Will knew about the relationship and gave August and Jada his blessing. Naturally, people were shocked that the Smiths are one of the longest lasting and famous Hollywood couples in recent history. First, the couple issued a quick statement denying the relationship, but then Jada would announce on her Twitter that she was taking herself to the red table. In July of 2020, the Smiths would sit down at the red table to discuss their relationship, and they would speak about a dark period of their marriage when they thought they were going to separate and never speak again. That's when Jada and August started their relationship. While Will did deny giving August permission, he did know that the two were seeing each other. When August and Jada's relationship finally came to an end, Will and her decided to try to work things out. However, to this day, it seems like Jada tries everything she can to humiliate Will, and I just don't support it. At number 5, we have Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. The Twilight movies are some of the biggest successful films of our time, and while the book was better than the movie, it did steal our hearts. And at the center of the media frenzy, you would find Robert and Kristen making headlines as the two co-stars began a relationship during filming, and fans were completely obsessed. However, all of this would change after the paparazzi released pictures of Christian and Rupert Saunders, who was the director of Snow White and the Huntsman, engaging in some major PDA. And everyone had some major opinions about it. Christian would eventually publicly apologize to Robert, and then the two reconciled for a time, but then eventually broke up. Later, Christian would recall her relationship with Robert and would describe it as being young and stupid. While we wish Kristen and Robert could share their love off screen like Bella and Edward, we all knew her relationship was doomed to come to an end at some point because, let's face it, she really should have chosen Jacob. And I'm gonna stand by that statement. Number 4, Nick Young and Iggy Azalea. Now, it all began with a prank war that would be exposed when Nick Young had cheated on Iggy Azalea. When the LA Lakers were involved in a prank war, a video that was recorded by fellow player D'Angelo Russell, the video would eventually be leaked to the public, and it would show Nick Young apparently admitting to cheating on rapper Iggy Azalea. Later, Nick would try to claim that it was all false, and he somehow was able to convince Iggy it was all just one giant rumor, and she ended up continuing on with their relationship. However, it wouldn't be long until Iggy would suddenly tweet that she had dumped Nick because she caught him on a security camera bringing girls into their home. To add more insult to the injury, news would soon start to circulate that Nick was expecting a baby with his ex-girlfriend, Kiona Green, and the baby was definitely conceived while he was still in a relationship with Iggy. Out of all the lows that could have happened, it's kind of funny that Nick thought that he could bring girls into the house and Iggy wouldn't catch him when she watched the surveillance footage. Number 3, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth's long-term relationship was a rift filled with cheating rumors. While Liam was accused of straying away multiple times while they were still engaged, news would start to surface that he even got with January Jones while the two were still together. The two would then end up calling things off, but then they would get back together a couple years later, and then they would even find themselves getting married. While the marriage only lasted less than a year, at some point, everyone started to accuse Miley of cheating. Just after a week of the two's devastating breakup, Miley would be forced to address the rumors of her almost 8-month marriage, as well as some of the most scandalous episodes from her past. While Miley has been pretty open and transparent with her fans, she couldn't believe people were accusing her of infidelity. The same day the news broke of their split, on the other hand though, Miley was spotted kissing Caitlyn Carter in Italy. Despite all the rumors about her unfaithfulness, Miley would come out to say the truth is, once Liam and I reconciled, I meant it and I was committed. I can admit to a lot of things, but I refuse to admit that my marriage ended because of cheating. Liam and I have been together for a decade. I've said it before and it remains true. I love Liam and always will. Number 2, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. As adorable as they look together, I don't think any of us truly believe Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were ever meant to be together, as his heart has always belonged to J-Lo. While Ben definitely benefited from Jennifer as a grounding force in his life, they did go on to have 3 amazing kids together, but it's clear that Ben wasn't ready to ever settle down in their relationship, as it was reported that he had cheated on her with the nanny. While Jennifer would say she didn't find out about the affair before the formal couple made the decision to get a divorce, the alleged incident was said to happen before they even came to the final decision that their relationship was over. Later in a conversation with Vanity Fair, Jennifer would confirm that Ben did have an affair with the nanny, as she said, "Let me just tell you something. We have been separated for months before I even heard about the nanny. She had nothing to do with our decision to divorce. She was not a part of the equation." And she elaborated on how she had to deal with it, and she said it wasn't great for her kids to have a nanny disappear from their lives, and that she had to have many conversations with her children about the meaning of the scandal. Still, at the end of the day, Jennifer would open up about how there was no need to attack Ben, as people have pain and they do regrettable things and they feel shame, and shame equals pain. And coming in number 1 today, we have Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were once a dream couple, and I honestly wish they would get back together because Brad made a huge mistake leaving her for Angelina Jolie. However, even with them being a dream couple, they proved that Disney fairy tales can't come true, as their romance came to a screeching halt when they decided to get divorced in 2005. For years, Brad and Angelina would deny the cheating rumors, and it would come out just after the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith that Brad had fallen in love with Jolie. However, karma had different plans for Brad and Angelina, as their relationship ended up being quite ill-fated as well. In 2020, Brad would finally admit to cheating on Jennifer when he sat down for an interview and apologized to Jennifer by saying, "It grieves me that it was interpreted this way. Jennifer is incredibly giving, loving, and hilarious woman who remains my friend. It is an important relationship I value greatly. The point I was trying to make is not that Jen was doll, but I was becoming doll to myself, and I am responsible for. I, for one, am still a huge shipper of Brad and Jennifer, and if we can see Ben and J-Lo get back together, then maybe we'll just find these two finding themselves back together soon."
Number 10, Tom Sandoval. Vanderpump Rules stars Tom Sandoval made headlines when accusations that he cheated on his longtime girlfriend, Ariana Madix, with their co-star, Raquel Levy. Well, news of the Tom Tom restaurant co-owner's affair with Levy's broke on March 3rd. Sources told People that the affair had been going on for 6 months, leaving Madix blindsided and devastated by the revelation. In a clip from season 10's finale of Vanderpump Rules, Madix explained to friends Katie Maloney and Shani Shea how she found out about her boyfriend of 9 years, Sandoval, cheating on her with their co-star, while also revealing that the affair had been going on for several months rather than 6. Sandoval and Lee have respectively issued statements acknowledging the allegations within the week the cheating news broke. Both have opened up on the months-long affair and have apologized since. Number 9, Ariana Grande. The pop star is set to star in a film adaptation of the Broadway hit Wicked, following the story of the Wicked Witch before the events of The Wizard of Oz. Ariana Grande plays Glinda the Good, and Ethan Slater is Buck, the main love interest of the Wicked Witch. It's ironic that Ariana is the Good Witch, though, as she appears to have stolen another woman's man. Ethan was married to a woman named Lily J since 2018, and they actually welcomed their first child in 2022. Apparently, Ariana and Ethan fell in love on set of Wicked and started dating behind the scenes. However, an on-set insider shared that information with Slater's wife, who was, furious. While the couple have agreed to raise their child as co-parents, Ethan officially filed for a divorce in July of this year and is still with Ariana so far as we know. Number 8, Natalie Portman. After 11 years of marriage, it was recently announced that Thor: Love and Thunder star Natalie Portman and her husband, Benjamin Millipede, will be separating following a very public and messy affair on Ben's part. Ben, who I assume is named after a kid's cartoon, was spotted with a 25-year-old climate activist. While Portman was mad, she initially tried to work things out with Ben in an attempt to save their marriage, but the affair put a massive strain on the relationship. The couple had met on the set of the 2009 drama Black Swan, with Ben acting as a scriptwriter for the project. While the affair has shaken their relationship, when asked about the issues by US Weekly, he said that he shares her pain and that he is still working on a new script for her. So they still work together professionally, but emotionally, they've checked out. Number 7, MGK. When the couple, who announced their engagement last January, sparked rumors of a split after 3 years years together, Megan posted a series of pictures on Instagram with a pointed caption from Beyoncé's Lemonade album, which, if you didn't know, is all about infidelity. On top of this, she deleted every trace of MGK from her Instagram page and unfollowed him. In fact, she raised eyebrows by unfollowing everyone except for Harry Styles, Timothée Chalamet, and notably MGK's long-standing nemesis, Eminem. It wasn't surprising that Megan's usual behavior prompted people to speculate that herself and MGK might have called it quits after he was found cheating. Megan topped off the weekend's events by proceeding to deactivate her entire Instagram account. By February 13th, a source informed people that the two had not called things off, but claimed that Megan had apparently gone as far as removing her engagement ring, which, FYI, is specifically designed to cause pain when she does that. Apparently the band has little spikes on it that jam into her finger if she pulls it off. That's fun. The final reports claimed that they had gotten into a spat, but that it got blown out of proportion. Megan publicly defended MGK's guitarist Sophie Lloyd online, who was the alleged mistress in the situation, but there seems to be no proof that anything ever took place, and the couple are currently working through their issues and things seem to have turned around for the better. Number 6, Steve Harvey. Steve was trending on Twitter for quite a while thanks to a couple of situations, one that actually happened and one that never happened. He seemingly fired his social media manager over a negative tweet regarding comedians and is now having to hear rumors about his wife Marjorie Bridges cheating on him. Harvey, who is 66, shared a video suggesting that he fired his social media manager after they posted a tweet urging followers to name a comedian that does not make them laugh. Steve posted a video explaining the situation and claimed that wasn't his style and it wasn't gonna happen again. The morning following that post, rumors started circulating that his wife Marjorie is seeking a divorce. According to the internet, she was caught having an affair with the chief and bodyguard. But fun fact, that didn't happen, and the internet just really wanted Steve to have been cheated on for some reason when he is one of the best people on the planet who constantly shares his past with people to inspire and give hope. So, Steve, if you're somehow watching this, first of all, why? Second of all, you are a legend and 100% no cheating in your life. So, sorry if you hoped for more. Number 5, P. Diddy. The rap star Young Miami confirmed that she and Mr. Sean Combs P. Diddy are no longer together. The couple went public with their relationship in June of last year, but let everybody know that it wasn't exclusive. They said that at one point they were together every day of the week and basically lived together, letting the internet call it whatever they wanted. To double down on the claim, anytime that they've been asked if they're official, they must list the people they've been with outside of each other, like they're all alibis in a court case or something. This past year, the world was shocked when Sean welcomed his 7th child into the world with a woman named Dana Tran, while the pair had decided to keep things private. Apparently, this wasn't part of the deal. Miami has made it very clear that Sean is no longer a man in her life in any way, shape, or form. So, while Sean is stuck raising another baby and apparently dealing with some pretty harsh rumors right now, Miami will be sipping poolside, surrounded by her lovers. I feel bad for whoever has to clean that pool. Number 4, Avril Lavigne. This year's shocking reports hit the internet claiming Avril Lavigne had called off her engagement to Mod's son. TMZ's insiders claim that things had been on and off for a while as the couple tried to mend their romance, but then when they got in touch with the Karma Singers team, a rep declared the last thing he heard was the couple had been engaged, and that was only 3 days prior, so anything else would be news to him. Avril had been spotted out and about with a man named Tyga, who she claims is just a friend, but the internet likes to gossip, so the headlines were Avril cheats on Mod's son. A week after his tour started and the news broke, he posted a series of photos on his Instagram making references to a broken heart and knowing there is a plan for everyone. He thanked his fans and then went dark. Since then, the two have been drenched in rumors, but the only thing that has been confirmed is they now reside in Splitsville. Number 3, Jesse Rutherford. When the news first broke of Billie Eilish and Jesse getting together, the internet drowned them in negative comments, calling to question why she was dating someone 10 years older than herself. To poke fun at this, the couple dressed as a baby and an elderly man on their first Halloween together, the type of thing that would become the norm in their lives. The couple were always spotted wearing matching clothes or outlandish outfits, even making their red carpet debut while wearing matching Gucci pajamas at the 11th annual LACMA Art and Film Gala. The couple were also known for their very public displays of affection. The PDA and inside jokes were the foundations of this relationship, and they seemed happy together until this past May, when the news broke the pair would be splitting up. Claiming it to be a mutual decision, it was later speculated that the split was due to Jesse getting busy behind Billie's back. Whether that spark just fizzled out or something darker has taken place, Jesse and Billie will be fine, and they'll find new people soon. So, look at that. Just look at these two side by side. They are goth king and queen. This man's eye tattoo is staring at me. Number 2, Lily Reinhart. Cole Sprouse and Lily met on the set of Riverdale in 2016 while filming the pilot episode for the series that finally ended after being the most confusing series of all time. I had to stop after season 3 because everyone started playing D&D and Stranger Things came out, so there you go. Anyway, they fell in love playing Jughead and Betty, having a relationship that lasted like 7 years, but in 2020 started to go downhill. They were plagued by cheating rumors. Things had apparently become heavy behind the scenes, according to Cole. Towards the end of that year, they confirmed the split online. However, this year, Cole spoke out about the breakup while having a cancer stick in the middle of an interview, claiming that he didn't want to get too deep into the topic, but that it was a mutual decision. Lily began receiving violent and threatening messages following the interview, as well as the end of the show. The past few weeks, rumors have been arising once more, and fans are becoming online detectives again to uncover the truth. And at number 1, Sebastian Leggett. This year, Becky G hit the 2023 iHeartRadio Awards red carpet without her engagement ring on. She attended the ceremony, at which she took home the award for Best Latin Pop Song of the Year for her and Karol G's collaboration Mammy. On Tuesday, March 27th, the same day her fiancé, Sebastian Leggett, seemingly confessed that he cheated on his girlfriend of 6 years on Instagram. He posted that over the previous few weeks, during a moment he deeply regretted, a 10-minute lap in judgment resulted in an extortion plot. The 30-year-old soccer player shared the information on his Instagram after a fan claimed to have proof that he was unfaithful to Becky G. The fan was claiming that Seb had a tryst with a woman while out at a club in Madrid last year. They allegedly had receipts of the affair, including videos, audio, text, and so much more. The relationship seems to have crumbled, with the latest being Becky is single and Sebastian is trying to figure out incognito mode on his phone.
Starting off our list today, in the number 10 spot, we have Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. On February 19, 2019, news would break and claim that Tristan Thompson had cheated on Khloe Kardashian with her sister Kylie Jenner's best friend Jordyn Woods. If the drama couldn't get any more messier, Jordyn would then, on March 1st, 2019, address all the allegations when she sat down with Jada Pinkett Smith for a tell-all interview on the Red Table Talk show. And in the interview, she would say, "On the way out, he did kiss me. No passion, no nothing on the way out. He just kissed me. It was a kiss on the lip, but no tongue kisses. No making out, nothing." While the couple would later get back together, sadly, it wouldn't be the first time that the basketball star has been caught cheating on the reality TV star, as back in March of 2018, the basketball player was also videotaped kissing another woman just days before his and Khloe's daughter was born. And let's not forget, when Khloe finally gave him a third chance, he would shock the world again after we found out that he cheated on Khloe for a third time in December 2021, after US Weekly confirmed that Marley Nichols welcomed a baby and the father was indeed Tristan Thompson. But I guess that's what happens when you date a man from Canada, as we aren't always as nice as you would think we are, because the world is lying to you. Number 9, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber first started dating in 2010, and from the start of their relationship, they were always off and on for around 8 years, with their relationship definitely being an interesting roller coaster ride, as one month they would be spotted packing on the PDA or walking hand in hand. The next moment, they would both be shading each other all over social media or in interviews. With many fans trying to figure out why the couple just wasn't getting along, we would all be left feeling pretty shocked after Selena Gomez's best friend Taylor Swift seemingly revealed that Justin Bieber once even cheated on Selena after she liked a super shady post about it on Tumblr. This would all happen after Taylor entered into a pretty public feud with Justin and his manager Scooter Braun. Taylor then went on to like a button on the post that read, "We haven't gotten to communicate our differences. You cheated on her best friend, then publicly sided with the man who made a revenge tape against her. Was she supposed to invite you over for tea? F out of here." Hey my little bobas, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you never have to miss out on what we might just cover next. And trust me, you definitely don't want to miss the tea in the next video. Number 8, Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson quickly became couple goals after they started dating in 2009. However, when rumors started to hit the web and claimed that the Twilight actress had cheated on her then boyfriend with married Snow White and the Huntsman director Rupert Saunders, the internet would lose its mind, and it would force Kristen to come out and issue a public apology for the scandal. In her apology, Kristen would then say, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused cause to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life. Person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him. I love him. I'm so sorry. In the beginning, the couple tried to work things out through the scandal and they stayed together, but after a year, they realized they just weren't meant to be together and they decided to move on and call it quits, crushing all of our Twilight fantasies in the process. Number 7. Zayn Malik and Perry Edwards. At one point in life, we were all obsessed with Zayn Malik's and Perry Edwards' relationship, and then we would all be left feeling heartbroken in March of 2015 after rumors started to circulate online claiming that Zayn had cheated on the blonde beauty after he was pictured cozying up to a mystery girl. Zayn first tried to deny all the allegations by heading to his Twitter page to say, "I'm 22 years old. I love a girl named Perry Edward, and there's lots of jealous F's in this world. I'm sorry for what it looks like." However, in August of 2015, just months after Zayn decided to leave his boy band group One Direction, fans would be devastated after he revealed that he officially called off his engagement to Perry. The Little Mix singer then later alleged that Zayn did in fact cheat on her after she released her song, "Shout Out to My Ex," and shortly after, Zayn would then jump into a relationship with Gigi Hadid, so maybe she was the mystery girl after all. Number 6. Louis Tomlinson and Eleanor Calder. Louis Tomlinson and Eleanor Calder were together for 4 years before they decided to break up in March of 2015, with reports at the time claiming that their breakup happened because the musician just had a hectic work schedule. People magazine would even report an inside source told them they tried really hard to make it work, but it was just impossible. He was always away for 9 months a year and they just grew apart. But apparently, this just wasn't the case. Just after the article was published, Louis would then be spotted kissing another girl in Thailand, and after the picture started to go viral, rumors quickly started to spread online, and in them, people would claim that Louis had cheated on the social media star. Louis would then later confirm that the rumors were true after he released various songs about the incident in his debut solo album, Walls, where he sang about hurting someone he loves, and it didn't take long for fans to prove that that person was in fact Eleanor. Number 5. Niall Horan and Haley Steinfeld. When rumors first started swirling online claiming that Niall Horan and Haley Steinfeld were dating back in February of 2018, just after they were spotted getting pretty cozy at a Backstreet Boys concert, when they were finally photographed sharing a kiss in August of 2018, fans of the couple would finally get the confirmation they were waiting for, and the couple was in fact dating. But unfortunately, the two would have to call it quits in December of that year, and after they went their separate ways, it definitely didn't seem like they ended on the best of terms, as later Haley would even come out seemingly to shade the pop star multiple times on her Instagram stories when she released her song Wrong Direction in January of 2020. She even went on to allege that her relationship with Niall ended because he cheated on her, when she sang in her song, "Looking back, I probably should have known, but I just wanted to believe that you were out sleeping alone. Love me with your worst intentions, didn't even stop to question. Every time you burn me down, don't know how, for a moment it felt like heaven. Love me with your worst intentions, painted us a happy ending." Haley was definitely in her feels, but hey, at least she was able to write a fire song about it. Number 4. Tana Mongeau and Brad Souza. Tana Mongeau and Brad Souza first made things official back in December of 2018, and after they started to post a ton of PDA snaps together. But in April of 2019, Tana revealed that they had split after Tana caught Brad sending another girl some pretty flirty DMs. Tana would then reveal everything that happened in the YouTube video when she said, "A lot of crazy things happened at Coachella, and during it all, I wound up finding out a lot of really effed up stuff. I woke up the next day expecting to have like a private breakup, and I got online to see a bunch of screenshots of girls saying and showing a lot of stuff. Some of it fake, some of it not, going really viral about Brad." In his own words, Brad would also confirm that all the allegations in Tana's videos were true when he said, "What happened in her videos is true. There was a little bit of over-exaggeration to some of it, but what she said was going on is what I've done. I mean, I don't blame her for speaking her mind and her truth and her heat." Brad then went on to claim that he never physically cheated on Tana, but he did admit he was sending inappropriate messages to other girls when he said he was under the influence, and regardless of the situation, when he realized what he did was wrong, he wished he could take it all back because no one ever gave him what Tana was really giving him. Number 3. Noah Cyrus and Lil Xan. Noah Cyrus and Lil Xan made their first red carpet debut as a couple in 2018 at the MTV Video Music Music Awards in August of 2018, and they would shock their fans after they split just 1 month later. After their breakup didn't exactly end well, with both stars accusing each other of cheating on their social media accounts, Lil Xan first took to his Instagram account to say, "I feel like I'm probably being cheated on. I broke up with her because she was all over another dude." Noah later then came out to shut down all the rumors when she decided to write her own post on what truly happened after she took to her Instagram to say, "The truth is, I haven't seen him in almost a week. Every time we try to hang out, something always got in the way. I then saw a picture of a girl on a court in his story at 2 a.m. When I FaceTimed him later on, I noticed a hickey. He told me it was just a bruise. I decided to give him the benefit of a doubt and ignored it." Cheaters like to accuse their partners of cheating to make themselves feel less guilty, which is the truth. This isn't the first time this has happened to me, and I'm being forced to deal with some crazy allegations when I'm not even sure where this all came from. The singer then went on to call the rapper by his real name, Diego, when she said, "I've been there for you during your dark times, Diego. When you felt alone, like no one was there for you, I was. If this is your way of breaking up with me and breaking my heart along with it, then you've succeeded." Number 2, Charli D'Amelio and Chase Hudson. When Chase Hudson was accused of cheating on Charli in March of 2020, just 2 months after they were speculated to be dating, Josh Richards' diss track called Still Softish would spark the cheating rumors and accuse Chase of his infidelity. With the two publicly splitting in April of 2020, the relationship rumors would start to make headlines shortly after. Fast forward to July 2020, Charli would then accuse Chase of cheating on her, and in August 2020 on Twitter, when she posted a now deleted tweet saying, "I hope she was worth it." In response, Chase would then take to his own social media in a since deleted post to say, "All of this drama is going on because I kissed Nessa when we were both single." Charli then quoted his tweet with his post with a kiss and added, "Then you shouldn't have come over to my house after without telling me." The entire internet then started to freak out after Chase then posted a since deleted photo from his notes app where he seemingly called out his friends and other influencers for their alleged infidelities. Charli then went on to call the singer out again after she took to her Instagram to say, "Stop deflecting your actions onto others because you can't take responsibility, Chase." On July 8th of 2020, Charli then took to her Instagram live to tell her fans that she and Chase had a very long talk and they just realized that they weren't right for each other. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Dove Cameron and Ryan McCartan. Once upon a time, Dove Cameron and Ryan were the ultimate Disney power couple. And if you're a Disney fan, then you know that the stars' relationship wasn't exactly pretty when their relationship came to an end. When Ryan accused Dove of cheating on him during a Q&A session with his fans, after a fan asked him what his proudest moment was, he would say, "Within 2 weeks, my fiance cheated on me and left me, and I almost passed away from food poisoning. I truly didn't think I would be able to make it through that part of my life. I'm proudest of the light that came from the darkness and my ability to survive and turn the anger and sadness I had into positive life changes and a new way forward." Ryan would then later talk about his relationship with Dove, and he would head to his Instagram account to say, "I think Dove and I fundamentally agree about our relationship with one another. We were young and immature, our relationship was dysfunctional, we were a bad match. She has made claims about me and about our past that I don't think are fair or even true, but she is entitled to her opinion." While the actor also claimed that he was also entitled to his own opinion, he then went on to explain that despite their rocky past, the two had no hard feelings between each other now. But talk about a messy breakup, and Disney definitely wasn't happy about this scandal, that's for sure. Coming number 10, we have Adam Levine and Behati Prinsloo. Adam Levine started to make headlines when an Instagram model named Sumner Stroff claimed they had an affair shortly after he announced his wife's 3rd pregnancy. Adam, for his part, tried to deny the cheating accusations in a social media statement when he said, "I used poor judgment in speaking with any other woman than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner." The Maroon 5 band member wrote via Instagram story in September 2022, "I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period of my life. In certain instances, it became inappropriate. I have addressed that and have taken proactive steps to remedy this with my family." Sumner, who clearly didn't like the Maroon 5 frontman's answer, then came for the singer again when she came out to claim that not only did they have a consensual relationship, but Adam also also tried to name his unborn child after her and asked her if she was okay with that. Adam would then add, "My wife and family is all I care about in this world. To be this naive and stupid enough to risk the only thing that truly matters to me was a great mistake I could ever make. I will never make it again." While Prinsloo did not respond to her husband's statement, Sumner would make one final jab at Adam when she took to her Instagram to throw some more shade and urge someone to give him a dictionary. Number 9. Kevin Hart in Anoka Parish. During an interview in 2017 with 105.1 FM's The Breakfast Club, Kevin Hart would admit to cheating on his then pregnant wife during a trip to Las Vegas. In the interview after the confession, Kevin Hart would say, "I'm hoping that she has the heart to where she can forgive me and understand that this is not going to be a reoccurring thing and allow me to recover from my effing mistake." Kevin would then reveal that his wife, whom he shares his son Kenzo with, was expecting a baby girl in 2020 with him and held him accountable for his actions. He would then say, "She came to an amazing conclusion of, I like the fact that we have a family, that we have a household, and I like the fact we now have got a job to do better. That's what you owe me. You owe me to get better." Kevin then explained on the School of Greatness podcast in 2020 that it was her understanding that they didn't need to let the world affect their inside that saved their relationship, and he even credited his wife for setting that tone. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 8, we have Cardi B and Offset. Back in 2017, Migos member Offset would come under fire for multiple allegations of infidelity after he appeared to be caught in bed with other women in videos that surfaced online. Cardi B would then respond to the rumors about the relationships on her Twitter, telling fans that this stuff happens to everyone. A source then would later reveal exclusively to us and said that she had zero intention on leaving her fiance. Then, in June of 2018, news broke that the two had secretly got married in Atlanta back in September 2017. In the following month, the duo would then welcome their first child. Cardi would then reveal in an Instagram video in December 2018 that she and Offset had called it quits after more than a year of marriage. In that same month, Offset former fling, who he allegedly hooked up with in June of 2018, apologized for her part in the pair's drama. Offset later publicly apologized to his estranged wife twice before the two reconciled and hit the Grammys red carpet together in February of 2019. Number 7, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Back in 2017, Jay-Z would finally admit to the rumors of his infidelity and that they were true, after he made a series of thinly veiled apologies to his wife, Beyonce, on his album that came after Beyonce released her own album, Lemonade, which took on the empowerment and revenge when she exposed her husband and said that he cheated on her with someone she referred to as Becky with the good hair. And to this day, we're all still wondering who Becky really is. Jay-Z, however, would finally spill everything out in an interview with the New York Times, and it would be the first time Jay-Z would admit that he actually had been unfaithful when it came to his relationship with Beyonce. In the interview, Jay-Z would say, "You have to survive, so you go into survival mode, and when you go into survival mode, what happens? You shut down all emotions. So even with women, you gotta shut down emotionally so you can't connect. In my case, it's deep." And then all the things happen from there, like infidelity. Now, he wouldn't elaborate on the identity of Becky, but Beyonce and Jay-Z were able to work together on their relationship, and they're still together to this day. Number 6, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Back in April of 2022, Jada Pinkett Smith would admit that she was having an affair with singer August while she was married to Will Smith. The actress revealed that 5.5 years ago, her marriage was going through a rough patch and she was separated from Will with the intention to get a divorce. She then had a relationship with August. During her conversation with her husband Will on her Facebook series, Red Table Talk, Jada would explain, "I started a friendship with August and we actually became really, really good friends." She would then add that she wanted to help the musician with his mental state and found resources to help pull him through a troubling time. The actor revealed, "I got into different kinds of entanglements with August, and in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized you can't find happiness outside yourself." She also wanted to make it clear that August was not a homewrecker, but she and Will were going through a process of healing in a much different manner as a couple. Number 5, Ned Fulmer and Ariel Fulmer. Since Ned Fulmer cheated on his wife Ariel Fulmer back in September, the scandal has pretty much took over the internet. And every month, fans are still wanting to know if the couple is actually still together. Ned, who married Ariel in 2012, definitely had a lot of fixing to do to his relationship after it started to circulate that he had cheated on Ariel with Alex Herring, who is the producer of The Try Guys, a video company founded by Ned and 3 former BuzzFeed employees. The rumors came from a Reddit thread that noted Ned was missing from 3 of the Try Guys' latest posts at the time, as well as the group's podcast. It was also noted that Ariel was missing from her podcast, You Can Sit With Us, which she hosts with the partners of the Try Guy members. Rumors then started to be speculated that the couple were caught kissing at a club in New York City, and then a photo claimed the rumors were true came out. As a result, Ned would find himself being booted from the show, but he was somehow able to save his relationship with his wife Ariel in the process. At number 4, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. While many of us thought that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade were the perfect couple throughout the years, their relationship has really been put to the test, as they've been together for over 13 years, and in that time, they've weathered hectic schedules, infertility issues. In Gabrielle's 2021 memoir, You Got Anything Stronger, she would reveal that they have survived infidelity as well. In the book, she would write that in 2013, before they got married, Dwayne would cheat on her and would father another child with another woman. She would then also go on to say, it should go without saying that we were not in a good place in our relationship at the time that the child was conceived. To say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf for convenience. In an interview with People magazine in 2021, the couple also opened up about how they made things work with Dwayne, saying it's about learning about each other, learning what she wants for her life and for her career, for trying to support all those things, which Gabrielle replied, we humble ourselves, listen, and we meet in the middle. Number 3, Woody Harrelson and Laura Louie. Woody and Laura's relationship started when he hired her to be his assistant back in 1987, and years after working together, they couldn't deny that they had fallen in love. Woody even wrote a song for her to express his feelings, and then he would tell The Hollywood Reporter that after he played the song, she would say, Woody, I've been in love with you for the last 2.5 years. But what started off as a fairy tale come true would be put to the test in 2002 when Woody went home with not 1, but 3 different women, one of which turned out to be working with the paparazzi and leaked a story to a publication called News of the World. In the same Hollywood Reporter profile, Woody would open up about the challenging time and how Laura stood by his side through it all. He would even say, Laura, this really gives you a sense of depth of her compassion. When she said to me after finding out was that it must be really hard for you to have this stuff exposed, he would then go on to note that that didn't mean that she wasn't upset and that she gave him the standard texting grovel before forgiving him. Number 2, Brittany Cartwright and Jax Taylor. Vanderpump Rules stars Brittany Cartwright and Jax Taylor really went through the emotional ringer after Jax met Brittany in Vegas between seasons 3 and 4. The couple was then put to the test 2 years later in 2017 when it came out that Jax had cheated with his former co-worker and co-star Faith Stowers. Talking about his infidelity in the interview with US Weekly, Jax would say, I just kind of fell into a deep hole, and that happens out here sometimes. You get sucked into this lifestyle. Ultimately, Brittany decided to stay by his side and even accept his marriage proposal a year after the scandal happened. And then she even said, I see him every single day making efforts and he's completely changed. The way he treats me, the way he talks to me, the way he listens to me. Every single thing about our relationship is better. In the time since they have left the reality show to focus on raising their son Cruz, who was born in April of 2021. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott. Tori and Dean first met on the set of the 2005 movie Mind Over Murder, and naturally the two had amazing chemistry. And by 2006, they would find themselves getting married. But in 2014, after 8 years of marriage, 4 kids, and a reality show, Dean would come clean about cheating on his wife on an episode of their show True Tori. In the episode, he would say, I feel ashamed. I never felt shame before. You were at a Christmas event and I was effing around. That's disgusting. Tori has since actually been pretty open about the work they put into their marriage over the years and the ways Dean's cheating has affected their relationship. In a 2020 interview on the Woman on Top podcast, she said they were still dealing with the repercussions of his actions, but that I can make my own money, I can be a single mom, but I actually really love him and want to work on this. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but we're going to try.
And at number 10, Oscars mix-up. This has gone down as one of the worst flubs in history because the most coveted Oscar of the night was temporarily given to the wrong movie. In 2017, La La Land and Moonlight were neck and neck for the Best Picture award. After some pausing and confusion, the presenters Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty ended up giving the award to the wrong movie, La La Land. The entire cast and crew of the movie came up on stage and even started giving their speeches until someone on the PricewaterhouseCoopers team stepped in and told them that they didn't actually win. Then La La Land producer Jordan Horowitz humbly yelled, quote, "Moonlight, you guys won," into the mic. Everyone watching was thoroughly confused for a few minutes until Warren Beatty came back on the stage and revealed that he got the wrong card, and that's why he paused. And at number 9, Rashida Jones. This one is incredibly uncomfortable and a little hard to watch, but thankfully Rashida took things like a champ. While Rashida was walking the red carpet during the 2015 Screen Actors Guild Awards, she was doing quick interviews with tons of media outlets. During one interview with TNT, Rashida was happily talking about her gorgeous gown and who made the stunning piece. But then things got cringy when the interviewer asked Rashida about her tan, saying that the actress looked like she just came back from a tropical vacation and had a beautiful glow. Obviously, this reporter didn't know that Rashida was biracial, being half black and half white, and her tan was actually just her skin color. So Rashida replied, quote, "You know, I'm ethnic," to which the reporter tried to laugh it off. And at number 8, Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman raised eyebrows when she called out the Golden Globes on the nominees for the Best Picture award. After Oprah gave a legendary speech about injustice and equality at the 2018 Golden Globes, it seems that Natalie Portman was inspired to call out injustice. While presenting the award for the Best Picture category, Natalie said, quote, "And here are the all-male nominees." Even though it was subtle, one word made all the difference to get the point across. Her co-presenter laughed it off awkwardly. Even more awkward were the faces of the directors while their names were being listed off, but you could see some celebrities in the back happy that Natalie made that statement. And at number 7, Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon took some major shots at the Kardashian clan, specifically Kim, while she was accepting an MTV Movie Award in 2011. During her speech, Reese took the time to bash some of her Hollywood counterparts. She told young girls watching that it's possible to make it in Hollywood without a reality show. And if you weren't sure exactly who she was talking about, Reese piled the hate on thicker and added that back in the day an explicit tape would have been something to be embarrassed about, but now it's something that helps women rise to fame. Basically saying that you can be a good girl and still make it in the business. TMZ actually caught up with Kim and asked her about Reese's speech, to which Kim replied that she loves Reese, clearly taking the high road. And at number 6, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. The whole world fell in love with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper when they were starring in the movie A Star Is Born. The best part was that Gaga was not even a seasoned actress, so it made everyone think the on-screen chemistry between them was more than just acting. The rumors about these two got even crazier when the pair performed a ballad from the movie at the 2019 Oscars, and the chemistry between these two was hard to deny. Lady Gaga had also recently broke up with her fiance, Christian Carino, around this time, leading many to think it was because of jealousy. And then during their performance, Bradley's longtime girlfriend Irina Shayk was sitting in the audience, which made things even more awkward, especially since Irina and Bradley split shortly after this. Halfway number 5, Kanye West. There's no way I could make this list without including the infamous incident where Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech. At the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, Taylor snagged the award for Best Female Video for the song You Belong With Me. Beyoncé was also up for the award for her music video Single Ladies. After Taylor won, Kanye West didn't feel the win was well deserved, so he came up on stage and told the world that Beyoncé had one of the best music videos of all time. The crazy interruption would go down in history for all the wrong reasons, and the now infamous line, quote, "Taylor, I'ma let you finish," will be meme till the end of time. Taylor spoke about the incident after the fact, saying, quote, "I was standing on stage and I was really excited, then I wasn't excited anymore after that." And at number 4, Steve Harvey. While Steve Harvey was presenting the awards at the Miss Universe pageant, he made a terrible mistake. In 2015, the show was going along very well, and Steve was going to present the winner of the pageant. It was between Colombia and the Philippines, and instead of saying the first runner-up, which is customary for those award shows, Steve went straight to the winner, announcing Colombia had won, when in reality, Colombia was actually just the first runner-up in the competition. After Miss Colombia was given the crown and the sash, and a few moments to soak in the glory, Harvey came back to stage to reveal a terrible mistake. All he had to say was that Colombia was the first runner-up. It was clear to everyone Miss Philippines was the real winner, and the rest of the show was so awkward it was honestly hard to watch. And at number 3, Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is beloved for her hilarious and quirky personality, and even though she's one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood, she's still one of the most klutzy celebrities ever. She cemented this in the eyes of the world when she tripped while walking up to the stage to accept her Oscar for Best Actress in 2013. After she got up to the stage, the crowd gave her a standing ovation, and she said, quote, "You guys are just standing because you feel bad that I fell, and that's really embarrassing." And this is not the only time that J-Law has fell. She actually fell at the Oscars again while on the red carpet a few years later, leading some to speculate her klutziness could just be all an act for press. And at number 2, the 1974 Oscars Streaker. This one is a little less known, but since most award shows are live broadcasts, it's understandable that some people might try to take advantage. That's exactly what happened at the 1974 Oscars when a man decided to run naked through the broadcast. The man even flashed a peace sign while he ran past the presenter, David Niven. Niven hardly seemed fazed and responded by saying, quote, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was almost bound to happen, but isn't it fascinating to think that probably the only laugh that man will ever get in his life is by stripping off and showing his shortcomings." That's probably the shadiest thing that I have ever heard. I can almost guarantee the streaker regretted it after that. And finally, number 1, James Franco and Anne Hathaway. Scandal probably isn't the right word for what I'm about to talk about. Trainwreck is probably more fitting. James Franco's acting career has taken a hit for many reasons, but his hosting career was over just as fast as it started after he hosted the Oscars with Anne Hathaway. If you don't already know about this legendary night, James Franco and Anne Hathaway hosted the 2011 awards, but it was universally regarded as a disaster. The main reason for the train wreck was James Franco, because he looked half asleep the whole time, like he didn't want to be there, which forced Anne to overcompensate with her delivery. I think it's safe to say that Franco is the one that made it hard to watch, while Anne was just trying to keep things afloat. After this, the Oscars never did co-hosting again. Wonder why.
Starting off this countdown, we have Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid, and Russell Crowe. Meg Ryan was married to Dennis Quaid for 9 years until she decided to cheat on him with Russell Crowe. This happened while filming the movie Proof of Life with Russell in Ecuador. Somehow, news got out about Ryan and Crowe, and Quaid soon filed for divorce. But Ryan turned it around, saying that the divorce was all Quaid's fault, and that he had also been unfaithful during their marriage. In the end, Ryan lost Crowe and Quaid, and the movie tanked in the box office. So maybe that's karma. Moving on to number 9, we have Aaron Carter, Hilary Duff, and Lindsay Lohan. Back in the early 2000s, Aaron Carter was quite the heartthrob and ladies' man, catching the hearts of fans and celebrities all around the world. Well, Aaron met Hilary when he guest starred in the Lizzie McGuire Christmas special. If you guys remember that, smash that like button, cause I do. Then on his 13th birthday, the pair officially began dating. They were together for almost 2 years when he cheated on her with Lindsay Lohan. In fact, he was two-timing her, so he was dating Lindsay and Hilary at the same time. Now this is what Aaron had to say. "I started dating Hilary on my 13th birthday. I was dating her for like a year and a half, and then I just got a little bored. So I went and I started getting to know Lindsay, dating Lindsay. Then I didn't want to do that anymore, so I got back with Hilary. And then I ended up cheating on Hilary with her best friend. That's nothing to smile about, she wasn't even that good looking either." End of quote. I didn't just add that in, he also said that. So he literally got bored and was like, sure, let's fool around with other women. Jeez, Aaron. In our 8th spot today, we have Laura Dern, Billy Bob Thornton, and Angelina Jolie. Honestly, people might hate me for saying this, but Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie were a hot couple. I'm sorry. Well, Laura Dern and Billy Bob started dating in 1997 while on the set of Ellen. The couple dated for 3 years and even were engaged. But in 1999, he called it quits, and a year later, he married Angelina Jolie. That one's gotta hurt. According to Dern, she said, and I quote, "I left our home to work on a movie, and while I was away, my boyfriend got married, and I've never heard from him again." That is very harsh. Moving on to number 7, we have Alex Rodriguez, Kate Hudson, and Cameron Diaz. Now this dude has dated all the stars, I swear, like Madonna, J-Lo, come on now. Anyways, Kate Hudson and A-Rod dated for 7 months before calling it quits in December of 2009. Just a few months later, Cameron Diaz was seen leaving his house with overnight bags, you guys know what that means. And according to sources, Hudson was not happy with this at all. Maybe this was payback for Hudson hooking up with Cameron's ex-boyfriend, Justin Timberlake shortly after they broke up. Who knows? But in 2012, it seems like they got over this drama because they were quite chummy with each other at the Academy Awards. In 2013, Diaz referred to Hudson as one of her good friends. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Sophia Bush, Chad Michael Murray, and Paris Hilton. Now, Chad Michael Murray is one fine man, okay? Let me just say that. And I did not know that he got together with Paris Hilton. Okay, I don't know, I just can't picture them together, you know? But I guess opposites attract. One Tree Hill stars Sophia and Chad ended up having chemistry on and off screen. In December of 2005, they actually got married, but the marriage was very short-lived. 5 months later, they separated. And apparently, Chad was spotted with Paris Hilton. Now, this is where it gets messy. So at the time the two allegedly got together, Paris was dating Nick Carter. Nick's younger brother, Aaron Carter, eventually spilled the tea, saying that Paris cheated on his brother with Chad Michael Murray. So they both cheated on their partners. A year later, Sophia and Chad filed for divorce. In our 4th spot, we have Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and Rupert Sanders. Now, I don't know if you remember when this drama came out, but I do. And that's because I was a hardcore Twilight fan, and I shipped Kristen and Robert to the moon and back. When I heard she cheated on him, I was so mad at her. Like, she doesn't even know who I was, but I was mad. Anyways, while filming Snow White and the Huntsman, Kristen got with the director Rupert Sanders, and the two were caught kissing in public. Kristen was dating Robert at the time, and Rupert was married to Liberty Ross. Rob and Kristen separated for a bit, then got back together again, only to break up again in 2013, whereas Rupert's wife filed for divorce in 2013. In our 3rd spot today, we have David Spade, Laura Flynn Boyle, and Jack Nicholson. This is a very odd trio, but apparently Jack Nicholson stole David Spade's girlfriend, Laura Flynn Boyle, from him in 1999. According to him, that's what happened. They had been dating for a year when Jack literally asked her out in front of David. Now, David got all defensive, being like, I know you're gonna go out with him anyway. And she was like, no way, he's worse than Trump. Like, no lie, that's what she said. But in the end, the two were spotted together. Actually, they got in a car crash together, and apparently Boyle climbed out of the sunroof and yelled, I have a boyfriend, I can't be here. But she was caught, like literally red-handed. In our 3rd spot today, we have Bella Thorne, her brother, and another Bella. Bella Thorne's brother, Remy Thorne, was dating a girl named Bella Pendergast for 3 years. The pair broke up around 2015. Bella Thorne was dating Greg Sulkin, and when she broke up, she quickly came out as bisexual on her Twitter. A little while later, she was spotted with her brother's ex being a little too close. They shared a number of photos holding hands and kissing, and people were like, is she seriously dating her brother's ex? And yes, the answer is yes, she did. But shortly after, Bella Thorne decided to go after Greg Sulkin's friend, Tyler Posey. Then a month later, she dumped him and was with Charlie Puth. And don't get me started with the whole Tana Modson relationship, okay? That's a whole other mess on its own. And in our number 1 spot today, we have Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis, and Harry Styles. Now, I must be living under a bus because I love Jason Sudeikis, but I did not know that he was engaged to Olivia Wilde. The pair first met in 2011 and began dating a few months later. In 2012, they got engaged, and in 2014 and 2016, they gave birth to 2 children. But in 2020, the pair announced that they had split. A few months later, Olivia was spotted with Harry Styles after attending a wedding together. They both met during the movie Don't Worry Darling, and some believe that Styles might be one of the reasons as to why the two split. One source said, and I quote, Olivia called off the engagement in early November, but only after she had already gotten close to Harry. The source continued on saying, whether Harry knows it or not, he was the reason for the split, and it blindsided Jason.
Number 10. Scott Disick, Kourtney Kardashian, and Sophia Richie. Scott and Kourtney's decade-long romance was very well documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and although fans loved Scott's quick-witted, snarky humor, it was obvious that he had some trouble remaining committed to Kourtney. The couple were on and off again for years and had 3 kids together, Mason, Penelope, and Rain. But around 2015 it was done for good, and Scott moved on with a much younger Sophia. But the whole family was against them, including Kendall, who commented some shady stuff about them on an IG post, and even Sophia's dad, Lionel Richie. Despite this drama, they stayed together for nearly 3 years, and she was even on the show at one point. It was an awkward mess because Scott was still co-parenting parenting with Courtney, all while dating Sophia, who was only 18 at the time and had been a family friend for years. Fans thought the whole thing came off as kinda creepy. Number 9. Ed Sheeran, Ellie Goulding, and Niall Horan. This love triangle is a total whirlwind and was extremely chaotic at the time. Ellie and Ed went from casually dating to almost being a certified couple in 2013. But upon meeting Niall, Ellie was allegedly so taken with the One Direction singer that she ended up cheating on Ed. They managed to keep everything quiet until Ed released his 2014 single, Don't, which accused Ellie of that exact thing. Fans were very quick to put the pieces together, especially because the lyrics take a deep dive into the whole story, even describing the moment where Ellie admitted to sleeping with Niall and started begging Ed for forgiveness, and how he never saw it coming because he didn't perceive Niall as a threat. Later in interviews, Ed said the song was about a time when someone he was seeing hooked up with one of his friends when they were all staying in the same hotel. Although no names were mentioned, fans were easily able to put the pieces together and realize just how crazy this story was. Number 8. Pete Davidson, Ariana Grande, and Cassie David. Pete and Cassie dated for 2 years from 2016 to 2018. The SNL star and actress, who just happened to be Larry David's daughter, seemed like a great match and a cute couple until Pete got engaged to Ariana exactly a month after his breakup with Cassie. Now, the timing is a bit suspicious, with the quick engagement taking everyone by surprise, including Cassie herself. To make matters worse, the romance between Pete and Ariana was very public and became the most talked about celebrity couple of the summer 2018, melting hearts worldwide with their adorable social media love fest. Pete and Ariana split after a while, with Ariana releasing Thank You Next in 2019 to document the breakup and her commitment to herself. While no words regarding the timeline were exchanged in any public forum, it was assumed that things got a little messy behind the scenes of this love triangle. Number 7. Taylor Swift, Calvin Harris, and Tom Hiddleston. Taylor and Calvin were the golden Pinterest couple in 2015 and seemed to be the perfect pairing as soon as they got together. But all that fell apart just after they celebrated their 1-year anniversary, when Taylor was seen dancing with Tom at the 2016 Met Gala. Soon after, photos were posted of Taylor and Tom kissing in Rhode Island, which shocked the Swiftie fandom. They traveled to Rome and partied together at Taylor's 4th of July party. But things got really messy when Calvin released a song that implied Taylor cheated on him, and then Taylor called him out for not giving her credit on a song that they co-wrote together called This Is What You Came For. Things got even more dramatic when Taylor's 2017 album Reputation came out and featured a song called Getaway Car, which basically says that Tom was her escape route from Calvin. Yikes. Number 6. Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt, and Angelina Jolie. Jen and Brad got married in 2000 in a lavish Malibu wedding, and things were perfect for the Hollywood it couple until they decided to announce their divorce in 2005. In walks Angelina, who met Brad for the first time on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The movie was filled with romantic tension, and it's easy to see how Brad fell in love with Angelina, but the problem was that he was still married to Jen. They allegedly still got together despite his marriage because, hey, don't let your wife stop you from finding the love of your life, or so the saying goes. But interestingly enough, Brad and Angelina's relationship wasn't just a fling, and they actually went on to date for many years and had a large family before finally getting married in 2014. The love triangle was one of the biggest scandals in the early 2000s and still dominates the tabloids to this day. Number 5. Orlando Bloom, Miranda Kerr, and Justin Bieber. Now, this one is really strange. Orlando and Miranda were married from 2010 to 2013 and even share a son together, Flynn, who was born in January of 2011. Things were going really well for the couple when rumors swirled about a hookup between Miranda and Justin Bieber at a 2012 Victoria's Secret after party. And coincidentally, the pair filed for divorce in 2013. While at a restaurant in Ibiza, Bloom and Bieber bumped into each other, and the pop star made some crude comments about Miranda from across the restaurant. Bloom stormed over and punched him just before the singer was surrounded by bodyguards and appeared to cower away from the confrontation. Bieber then took to Instagram to post a photo of Bloom wiping his eyes, trying to insinuate that he lost the fight. Everything escalated so quickly and egos were being bruised left and right. Safe to say, this whole thing was one big heated mess. Number 4. Bella Hadid, The Weeknd, and Selena Gomez. Arguably one of the biggest love triangles of the 2010s, Bella Hadid, The Weeknd, and Selena Gomez's saga isn't one we're likely to forget anytime soon. After dating for 18 months, Hadid and The Weeknd split up in November 2016. Just 2 months later, the singer was photographed making out with Selena Gomez, and both Hadid and Gomez unfollowed each other, with the act sparking something of an on-again, off-again Instagram feud between them. About a year later, their relationship came to an end, and Gomez was seen kissing her former flame, Justin Bieber, shortly afterwards. Number 3. Dua Lipa, FKA Twigs, and Aaron Piper. Dua Lipa shocked fans as she found herself caught up in a love triangle with Netflix star Aaron Piper and fellow singer FKA Twigs. Dua and Aaron first started dating in 2013, but by 2019, their on-again, off-again romance was over for good. The British singer and the model pulled the plug on their 2-year relationship despite doing everything from crisis talks to taking a break to try to salvage it. In between a period of reconciliation, the singer was captured with Aaron in a nightclub while in Madrid. However, things got a little messy when fellow singer FKA Twigs shared a video to her TikTok page of her making out with Aaron just 1 day later, leaving fans completely puzzled. In a TikTok video to promote her new song Killer, the pair were seen entwined and enraptured with each other. Taking to Twitter, fans expressed their shock at the messy situation. And while neither Dua or Aaron have spoken about the videos, the pair could easily just be friends having a good night out together. Number 2. John Mulaney, Olivia Munn, and Anne-Marie Tendler. In early September, amid questions about the timeline of John Mulaney's romance with Olivia Munn, the comedian's ex-wife Anne-Marie Tendler reportedly knew that he was doing things with other women before he went to rehab, and before they ended their marriage in 2020. It wasn't entirely clear when his relationship with Olivia started, but it appeared that John was going to great lengths to dispute the idea that he cheated. Anne-Marie divorced from comedian Mulaney after 6 years of marriage. In a statement at the time, the artist said, quote, "I am heartbroken that John has decided to end our marriage. I wish him support and success as he continues his recovery." 1 week later, the news broke that Mulaney had started dating actress Olivia Munn, and less than 2 months later, it was confirmed that Munn was pregnant with her and Mulaney's first child. Whether or not there was any overlap between the two women is still very uncertain. And coming in at number 1, get ready for it, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, and Joshua Bassett. It seemed like the internet exploded when Olivia released her number 1 single, Driver's License, and fans were quick to connect it to her High School Musical, The Musical co-star Joshua Bassett. The heartbreaking, emotional roller coaster of a song talks about the love triangle between herself, Joshua, and Sabrina Carpenter. As the lyrics implied, she was mourning a breakup that had a huge effect on her, and things got super intense when fans discovered Joshua was dating Sabrina because of the not-so-subtle reference in her song where Rodrigo mentioned a blonde girl who was much older than her. It was then that people jumped on the hate train against Sabrina, calling her a homewrecker and just about every insult under the sun. To make matters worse, Sabrina released a song called Skin to defend herself from Rodrigo's claims and tell her side of the story. Unfortunately, that didn't go down well with fans, and it only served to create more drama in the triangle.